Good evening to you all. Today, we're going to talk about the second episode on Surah Hud, which is titled, and before it, the Book of Moses was a guide, so perhaps you may be inclined to leave some of what is revealed to you, and your chest feels tight because they say, why has no treasure been sent down to him? Or why hasn't an angel come with him? You are only a warner, and God is in charge of all things. The reason this verse was revealed is that the leaders of Mecca said to the Prophet, O Muhammad, turn the mountains of Mecca into gold for us, or bring us angels to testify to your prophethood if you are truly a messenger. The Prophet replied to them, I am not able to do that. So the verse was revealed. What does the meaning here indicate? God is telling the Prophet, O Muhammad, we are fully aware of the disbelievers' denial of your call and their rejection of your message. And it is also not hidden from us their impossible demands of you to turn the mountains into gold or to bring them angels to testify to your message. He is telling him, and this is the most important point here, that perhaps because of these fears, you might refrain from conveying some of what is revealed to you from the Quran. The source is Al-Wazit fi Tafsir al-Quran by Sheikh Mohammed Sadiq Tantawi. The word perhaps makes me want to ask a question. Did the Prophet leave out some of what was revealed to him, or did he not? And if the answer is that the Prophet did not leave out any of what was revealed to him, what is the evidence for that? Because the word perhaps can imply both possibilities. It could be yes, and it could be no. Or do they say, he invented it? Say, then bring 10 surahs like it, fabricated, and call upon whomever you can besides Allah, if you are truthful. The meaning here. Or they will say, he made up the Quran himself. The word or here means or, that's good. Say to them, O Muhammad, if the Quran is from me as you claim, then bring me 10 surahs like it, just 10 surahs similar to those in the Quran. And tell them that it was revealed in your language, and I grew up among you, and call upon whomever you want to help you. The source. Majma al-Bayan in the interpretation of the Quran by Al-Tabrasi. The question here is, okay, if they actually bring 10 surahs like those of the Quran, who will be the judge? If these 10 surahs are like the surahs of the Quran or not like the surahs of the Quran, who is the judge here? Is it a human being? Is it God? Is it the Prophet? But if they do not respond to you, then know that it was revealed with God's knowledge and that there is no God but Him. So, are you going to submit, become Muslims? The meaning here is, if they do not come to you, O Muhammad. So if they don't bring them, the group of Quraysh disbelievers, if they don't bring you the verses you asked of them, those 10 verses you challenged them to produce like those of the Quran, then the proof is established against them. I told you, just bring us 10 verses like the verses of the Quran, or 10 surahs like the surahs of the Quran, and you didn't bring them. So the proof is established against you, and here the Quran is from God. The source. It is Zad al-Masir fi ilm al-Tafsir by Ibn al-Jawzi. The first point to note here is that God is addressing the Prophet Muhammad using the plural form. He says, but if they do not respond to you all, which you can see highlighted in blue. He doesn't say, if they do not respond to you, singular, but rather, if they do not respond to you all, plural. That's the first point to note. The second point, the truth is, the word lamu here, the pronoun is implied, its estimation is, you all. So say to them, O Muhammad, the Quran was revealed with God's knowledge, and that there is no God but Allah. Whoever desires the life of this world and its adornments, We will fully repay them for their deeds therein, and they will not be deprived. The meaning: whoever does a deed seeking something other than Allah, we will give him the reward, expand his provision, and ward off hardships from him in this world, and we will not diminish anything from him. Source: Lubab al-Tawil fi Morani al-Tanzil by Al-Kazin. The question is, what is the connection between this verse and what came before it? The point to note here is that, in truth, Allah is speaking in the first person, saying, "We will fully repay." As for those, they will have nothing in the hereafter except the fire, and what they did therein will be in vain, and their deeds will be worthless. The meaning here is that the group mentioned in the previous verse, verse 15, are those to whom he said, "Whoever desires the adornment of the worldly life, we will give them what they want." These people who were mentioned, all their concern was to accumulate and achieve gains in this world. But on the day of judgment, they will lose what they gained and enter the fire. The source is Ishod al-Aql al-Salim Ila Mazaya al-Kitab al-Karim by Abu al-Suyud. The question here is, those who have nothing in the hereafter, what is the reason for using the demonstrative pronoun here? I mean, if we removed it completely and just said, those have nothing in the hereafter except the fire, what deficiency would affect the text? So, is the one who is on clear evidence from his Lord, and a witness from him follows it, and before it was the book of Moses as a guide and mercy, those believe in it. But whoever among the factions disbelieves in it, the fire will be his promised place. So do not be in doubt about it. It is the truth from your Lord, but most people do not believe. The meaning here is that the Prophet Muhammad and the believers with him are certain that the Quran is from Allah, and that Gabriel is the one who recited it to him, and that the Torah, before the Quran, gave glad tidings of the Prophet Muhammad and mentioned his characteristics. He says that the Torah is the leading book which the children of Israel believe in regarding their religious and worldly matters. The source is Al-Wazit fi Tafsir al-Quran by Sheikh Mohammed Sayyid Tantawi. But Al-Tabrasi, in his book Majma al-Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran, had a different opinion. He says, no, the phrase "and a witness from him recites" it is not referring to Gabriel at all. So who is it then, you ask? He says, no, what is meant here is Ali ibn Abi Talib. We really need to see what the solution is here between Sheikh Mohammed Sayyid Tantawi and Al-Tabrasi. So, does "and a witness from him recites" it refer to Gabriel, or does it refer to Ali ibn Abi Talib? Let me explain this verse, setting aside Sheikh Mohammed Sayyid Tantawi and Al-Tabrasi. The conversation is between God and the Prophet. God tells Muhammad, "Whoever is on clear evidence, O Muhammad. Whoever is following the Quran, O Muhammad. The Quran that Gabriel recited to him. And whoever else as well. Pay attention here. And whoever is also following the book of Moses. Whoever was before the Quran, meaning the book of Moses." And then it goes on to describe the book of Moses. By the way, everything that follows is about the Torah and what came before it. Meaning, before it, the pronoun here refers to the Quran. And before the Quran, there was the book of Moses, which is the Torah. He describes the Torah, saying, "This is my interpretation of the verse, that the Torah is a guide and a mercy, a guide for all the books that came after it. They are the ones who believe in it." In what? What does this pronoun refer to? To the book of Moses. So, do you get the idea? Those, meaning the Jews, are the ones who believe in it. And then he opened up the whole matter, saying, "And whoever disbelieves in it," what does that mean? and whoever disbelieves in it, that includes everyone, Jews and non-Jews. Whoever disbelieves in it, meaning in the book of Moses, in the Torah. Whoever disbelieves in the Torah from among the factions, their punishment is the fire. So do not be means. So do not be, O Muhammad, pay attention to the divine address to the Prophet Muhammad. So do not be, O Muhammad, in doubt. Mir means doubt. So do not be, O Muhammad, in doubt about it, that is, about the Torah. You must believe, O Muhammad, and you must have faith, O Muhammad, in the book of Moses. Why? Because it, that is, the book of Moses. Pay attention, the book of Moses, the Torah. Why? Because it is the truth from your Lord, O Muhammad, from your very own Lord. But most people do not believe. And in the end, you find someone today telling you that the Torah is a distorted book. Have you read the Torah? Have you read the original and altered version? Never. This is the divine message to the Prophet Muhammad, in which the Torah is described as the guide for the Quran. And who is more unjust than one who fabricates lies against God? Those will be presented before their Lord, and the witnesses will say, "These are the ones who lied against their Lord." Surely, the curse of God is upon the wrongdoers. The meaning: there is no one more unjust to himself than those who fabricate lies against God. These people will be held accountable before him, and the angels and prophets will testify against them that they were wrongdoers. Source: al-Muntakab in the interpretation of the Quran by the Committee of the Quran and Sunnah. The first question here is, who is speaking about God in the third person twice in the verse? It says lied against God once, and the curse of God once. The second question, what is the wisdom behind repeating the word God twice and their Lord twice in the verse? Those who turn others away from the path of God and seek to make it crooked, and they are disbelievers in the hereafter. The meaning: those who prevent people from the path of God to fulfill their own desires will be punished in the hereafter. The source is al-Muntakab fi Tafsir al-Quran by the Quran and Sunnah Committee. Actually, the question here is also, what is the wisdom behind repeating the word they twice? I mean, if we said, for example, and in the hereafter and left it at that, and just said they are disbelievers, what deficiency would affect the text? Those people were never able to escape God on earth, nor did they have any protectors besides God. Their punishment will be doubled. They were unable to hear and they could not see. The meaning: these disbelievers will not escape from God. If he willed their destruction, he would destroy them. And none of their supporters in this world will protect or defend them. And their punishment will be doubled because they closed their eyes and blocked their ears to the truth. The source is Al-Tibian, the comprehensive exegesis of the sciences of the Quran by Al-Tusi. The note here says, besides God, it is indeed besides God. So here, the reference to God is in the third person. Those are the ones who have lost themselves, and what they used to fabricate has deserted them. The meaning is that those who did what deserved punishment were abandoned by the idols they used to worship and associate with God. The source is Al-Tibian, the comprehensive exegesis of the sciences of the Quran by Al-Tusi. The question here says, they have lost themselves. Well, this word is repeated in the next verse. What is the wisdom behind this repetition? This is a repetition of the same thing between verse 21 and verse 22. There is no doubt that in the hereafter, they are the greatest losers. The meaning is that there is no doubt, la jarama means there is no doubt, that they are the losers in the hereafter after they receive their punishment and are made to dwell in the fire forever. The source is the same. Al-Tibyan al-Jami, the sciences, the Quran. Al-Tuzi, it's also the same. They are the greatest losers. So what's the difference between the greatest losers and they lost themselves in the previous verse? Indeed, those who believe and do righteous deeds and humble themselves before their Lord, those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein forever. The meaning. As for the believers who were humble and obedient to their Lord Akbartu here, what does this word mean? They obeyed Akbartu means they were humble and obedient to their Lord, so they will enter paradise in the hereafter. The source is Al-Jami li Arkam al-Quran by Al-Qurtubi. I don't have a question here or anything. The example of the two groups is like the blind and the deaf, and the seeing and the hearing. Are they equal as an example? Will you not then remember the meaning? The group of disbelievers is like the blind person who cannot see with his eyes, and the group of believers is like the one who perceives God's proofs, and the two are not equal. The source is Jami al-Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran by al-Tabari. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in another episode.